Gemini 3 Deep Think, everything you need to know. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at Gemini 3, and specifically we're going to be taking a look at the Deep Think model, and we're going to be showing you everything you need to know and how to use it. So let's get into it. So before we begin, let's go ahead and take an overview of it. So here we have a little overview of what Gemini is and what it does. So it's basically a LLM. So it's a large scale learning machine. You can see right here, multi-model LLM, and it can create and handle text, audios, images, and more. And here you can see everything. So pretty cool. Gemini can also bring your ideas to life. It's for starters. Gemini can save you time. For example, say you are looking to summarize a long research document, you can upload it and it'll give you a useful synthesis on it, which is pretty cool. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, if you're someone, let's say you're a student, you want to get some projects done, you can use Gemini. You shouldn't just use AI in general for all of your assignments. You should use it and incorporate it and make your work easier or more efficient. But you should not rely on it 100%. You should, give it the presentation, make what you want to make of it, and then finalize it on your own. Make sure you add the human touch, because no matter how advanced it gets, it still has limitations. So you can see right here, these are all the limitations that it has. So you can see accuracy, Gemini's bias. Gemini's response might reflect biases representing in its training. Keep that in mind. It'll also reflect biases depending on the type of question and answers you give it or ask it. So keep that in mind. So responses might incorrectly suggest it has its own personal opinions or feelings, but it doesn't. So keep that in mind as well. And there are tons of different options you can do. So you've got Gemini Agent. This is mainly for, let's say, a company that has sales representative or, customer service. You can go ahead and do this one. It'll pretty much, do whatever you want. You can incorporate it on your websites as well. So it's pretty cool. You can see right here, Gemini Agent handles complex multi-task tasks and keeping in control, designed to confirmation before taking critical action. So like sending emails or making a purchase and stuff like that. So kind of like an assistant as well, but it is what it is. You've got image generations where you have the Nano Banana tool and create a bunch of different images. I'll show you a little bit of images that I have created. You've got the video generation tool, which is the VO 3.1, which is pretty cool and really advanced as well. Like this video is made by VO 3, and I'll give you a little bit of option on that. And this is the deep search, right? This is like the deep think. This is what we're going to be focused on. You can save hours of work with deep research as a personal research assistant, and it'll basically, you can ask it pretty much whatever you want. So this is an example over here. So I'm a VC meeting startup in tech sector. Help me catch up. So it'll basically analyze all the articles, all the news that have recently come out, and, bring you up to speed. So here is a little how to use the deep search option right here. You can go ahead and check it out. So I'll go ahead and show you how it works as well. You can upload different files as well if you want. So let's go ahead and deep dive into Gemini. Also, before we begin, it's not free. There is a pricing plan, so you can check that out. And also make sure you check the link in the description below for those pricing plans. You can sign up using the link. You'll also get a pretty big discount as well and save a bunch of money. So you can see right here in the free plan, there are some limitations. Like you can use it, it's free. It'll give you what you want, but there are some limitations. You can see it has limited access to the pro models, limited access to image and editing, and you can do deep search, and you have the Gemini Live and Canvas and the image generation, but they're still a little bit limited. You don't get as many monthly credits. So these credits are used for video generation across the Flow and Whisk option as well. You get access to Flow, Whisk, which can generate and animate images with Imagen 4 and VO3. You get Notebook LM, and you get only 15 gigabytes of total storage, which is like the standard Gmail, which is like the standard Google storage option. But if you go with the Pro models, like the AI Ultra 2 and the AI Pro, I have the Pro model right now, you get a bunch of more options like Joules, higher limits to your asynchronous coding. This is mainly for coding, so we're not going to be doing that. But you get 2 terabytes of storage, Gemini and Chrome, 30-day event history, and you also get the Notebook LM, and you get a more advanced, you get options, and you get access to the more intelligent models like the Pro models and the deep researchers. You also get access to the Nano Banana Pro, plus unlock the video generation with VO 3.1 and fast option as well. So if you want, you can go ahead and check the link You can see right here for 1 month, it's going to be free. You can go ahead and get started with it. But after that, it's going to be $19.99 per month. And for the Ultra, it's going to be $125 per month for the first 3 months. Then it's going to be $250 per month. So keep that in mind. So once you've done that, you should be good to go. Then this is how it's going to look like. This is going to be your main frame. Here is basically your command center. You're going to ask your Gemini what you want to do. You get some options right here, like create a video, write anything, help me learn, boost my day. These are the tools right here. We've got the deep research, the create video, the images, canvases, guide learning, and these are the models right here, the 3, the fast, the thinking, and this is the pro, thinks longer for advanced math codes and stuff like that. This is for thinking one. This is the deep think. So you select this one and then you select the deep research, and then you can basically do whatever you want basically. So let's go ahead and type in what I want to do research on. All right, so this is the prompt. I wanted to do some research on the ethics of generative AI. Beyond just how it works and what it is, we need to look into the legal battles over the training data, impacts on human creativity, and the dead internet theory. And this is what it came up with. All right, so this is the whole thing. So it's going to go ahead and research the legal battles in the copyright involving AI companies filed by authors. Then it's going to investigate the ethical argument and emerging regulation concerns, regulation concerning the acquisition of training data. All right. And then it's going to explore the psychological and the economical impact of generative AI on human creativity. So this is pretty cool. So it's going to go ahead and analyze all of these things. Then it's going to analyze the results, create a report, and then we should be good to go. This is the edit plan. We want to edit something, we can edit the plan, and then it'll open up the entire mode. And this is the current plan right here. If it looks good, we'll go ahead and just simply click on the start plan. Yeah, it looks good. We'll just say that, and then it'll go ahead and start the plan. It'll start researching it, give us a full report in depth. And since I'm using the think method, it's going to take some time, and we're using the deep search, so it's going to take a little bit while. So I'm going to pause this video right here, and once it's done, we should be good to go. So you can see right here, it's now creating the entire report. So catch you guys in a sec. All right, so it's done. It's now completed its report, and this is how it looks like. So we can build on top of this by clicking on this button, and we'll get to that later. But let's go ahead and take a look. So this is the entire report. It's quite long. It did a bunch of stuff. It analyzed a bunch of different websites, a bunch of different articles, and now we should have a pretty in-depth report. So this is how it works. At the start, it's going to give you an executive summary on what it's doing. The emergence of generative artificial intelligence as a dominant technological force has precipitated a multifaceted ethical crisis that extends far beyond the initial functional curiosity of how it works. Yeah, it's pretty deep. And then we have part 1, the legal battlefield and the crisis of provenance. So in this report, it's basically going to go ahead and compare AI. You can see right here, generative AI lies in the courtroom, the fundamental question driving this legal warframe. And then we have 1.1, the erosion of fair use shield. For nearly a decade, the development of large language models and image generator proceeded under the assumed protection of the fair use doctrine. But we all know that every single image or every single data that has been feeding AI is mostly stolen data. So this is also pretty cool. So it's going to go ahead and, tackle this. And then we have this one right here, Bart's versus Anthropic. And then we have the case itself, Bart's versus Anthropic and valuation of piracy. So here we can see right here, approximately 190,000 books sourced from the shadow library over here. So using the pile, that's what it basically used the data for. So it already used all the pirated content, and we can see this detailed report goes quite in depth. So it's quite fascinating. And then we have part 2 over here, the crisis of the creativity and the human condition. Just going to go ahead and take a look at this one as well. So actually quite detailed, and it's quite long as well. And we can see right here, these are all the sources that it cited. So quite a large number of resources. And then we have sources read but not used in the report. So it also gave you those sources as well if you want to go ahead and check them out. And then we have thoughts over here. So this is like the entire thought. So now we can expand upon it over here by clicking over here. We can create flashcards, we can create quizzes, create web pages, infographics, or audio overview if you want, or you can just simply click on the share and export as a document over here and basically export your entire report. It's quite impressive. So this is how you can, use the Gemini 3 Deep Think, and these were all the things you needed to know and how you can use it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, take care and goodbye.